The other day, a friend sent a text to me, a text that needed no context. And it said, I don't know, I guess I just don't feel lovable. I don't know if I ever really have. That hit me like a freaking ton of bricks because I know that exact feeling. The next morning, she blew it off and said, it's just a vulnerable moment. And I again hit because that was me. I said, you know what? I'm just going to chalk it up as a vulnerable moment. It's not anything serious, but what it was me pasting a smile on, because I too, with all my heart, felt extremely unlovable in not just moments, but also in virtually everyday life. The hell of it is, when I look back on that guy, me, I don't feel embarrassment. I feel a strong sense of compassion. Now, mind you, I've come a long way in my healing journey. I look back with a strong sense of compassion because this young man was carrying a weight he was not supposed to carry. See, whenever you walk around life and you're trying to idealize the life that you're supposed to live, and that was in my case for sure, because I came up from a place that was really dim. I was around people that spouted just negativity. Anytime that you had a strong sense of wanting to strive or do better, it was met with negativity every freaking time. And when you have that in your life, you tend to idealize a version. In my case, I wanted to be just super creative and rich and all these things. And I made this person up. I invented this man that I was supposed to be. And inevitably, when I wouldn't reach certain goals or whatever, I would spiral into the midst of rumination, of shame, of you're worthless, dude. You're not worth it. And it was almost a beating myself up. And that's the thing, is I would have these little bouts of this shame and self-deprecation. And if people sometimes were around, and I'd have to say the next morning, just toss it away, And I'd go out and about and be happy and energetic, just like my normal self. I once heard this line that has stuck with me for a long time. I think Alan Watts said it. He said, the reward for living well is living well right now. And that's the secret I could never tap into. I was never here. I was somewhere off in the past, beating myself up or ruminating about a future of this idealized version of the man I'm supposed to be, I should be. I was never here. And when you're not here, when you're not in this moment, your psyche, your soul, your whatever is going to fill that gap with shame, anxiety, anger, and trust me, boy, I know exactly how that feels. That was an overwhelming daily occurrence that I just could not shake. And it wasn't until after doing a little bit of my healing and spiritual journey is when I realized the importance of being here. And I always had this knowing. It wasn't a hope thing. I didn't have an awful lot of hope back then, but it was a knowing that life could be better. Not better because of something that you're doing or something that is bestowed upon you, but better because the story that I was telling myself was not true. I think somewhere deep down, I knew that. And what I know now is this: peace doesn't come from becoming worthy. It comes from a surrender to the present moment, a trust that you're on the path, your right path, and it is already unfolding. Nothing is missing. You're just being asked to stop resisting what actually is. So tonight, if that noise creeps in, when that noise creeps in, I want you to try this. First, I want you to pause and notice where you are. Emotionally, physically, honestly. And then I want you to name what you're feeling. Name that emotion. Don't try to fix anything. Just name that emotion. Don't judge it. And then finally, I want you to ask yourself, what would this moment look like if I didn't judge it, if I trusted that this is exactly where I'm supposed to be? And then let that be enough. See, you don't need to be someone else to be at peace. You just got to stop abandoning yourself.